Hello, my name is Amber Rocha.
And I'm Lisa Hemmingson.
In today's news, Cal Lutheran has recently become a Hispanic serving institution.
We have also coverage of the Regals versus Alumni softball game.
Only here on CLU News.
Welcome to CLU News. Thanks to a group of staff and faculty here on campus, Cal Lutheran has recently become a Hispanic serving institution.
Here's Carrie Portillo with more information on how this affects our school.
This is Carrie Portillo Guerra reporting from the Spine here at CLU to discuss the fact that on Monday, February 8th, 2016, Cal Lutheran was designated a Hispanic serving institution by the federal government. There was actually a lot that went into making the school a Hispanic serving institution. There was a committee set up who was responsible for figuring out the several necessities that the school had to fulfill in order to make this possible. Now that we have achieved this, we caught up with Dr. Fiore Urizar to tell us the details about what exactly went into the process of making this happen for our school.
So any academic institution that wants to become an HSI basically needs to have 25% of its population must be Latino. And from that 25%, a percentage of that, again, has to be of low income. So that is the main requirements for that. So last year, California Lutheran University achieved those numbers. And the administration decided to create HSI task force, mainly constituted on faculty and some administration, to analyze and try to understand how the student population changed and what are the needs, the current needs of this population. So we looked at the data, we talked about courses, we talked about the necessities of these new big group of students that we have, and we applied for that, and we received the okay from the government last week, on Monday, actually.
In an off-camera interview with Cal Lutheran's provost, Leanne Nielsen, she stated that by receiving this designation, CLU can now apply for grants that we could not apply for before. A grant is currently being prepared to be submitted in March with a focus on helping Hispanic students be successful in STEM majors. Back to you in the studio.
Way to go, CalU. This is a great step our university has taken to become more inclusive.
I agree. Plus, this new title will help so many students to get through school. But let's not forget, it's the time of the year again when love is in the air.
Last week, Cal Lutheran held a Valentine's Day fair trade event where 100% of the proceeds go back to poverty-stricken countries. Here's Alexis Wallace with more information.
It started out as a simple act of kindness in 1940. Organizations in both Europe and North America reached out to poverty-stricken communities, offering to sell their handicrafts to wealthier markets. Nearly 80 years later, fair trade has now become a global effort to promote sustainable products and support exploited farmers and craftsmen.
According to Fair Trade USA, fair trade involves earning fair wages, working in safe conditions, protecting the environment, and ethical business practices.
The CLU for Fair Trade Club is currently working to make Cal Lutheran a fair trade campus.
The first step involved getting our campaign on Fair Trade Colleges and Universities website, where we had to create a club first off. We had to kind of make a committee. And then we drop a resolution, which we've already done here at CLU. But once the president signs off on the Ensure a Lasting Commitment document, then we will be certified a Fair Trade University.
Fair Trade Club at CLU held a Fair Trade Your Valentine's Day event where students could purchase fair trade products on the Spine, one of many events held on campus to spread awareness.
We're not just here in California, we're not just here in the United States, that there's a whole big world out there. And we need to start reducing our carbon footprint at home, but also sharing it with the rest of the world.
Small efforts can cause big changes.
Wow. What a wonderful way Cal Lutheran students can do their part to make an impact in the world.
Definitely. It makes this time of the year a lot sweeter.
Also, Valentine's Day was the Alumni softball game where our current Regals team faced off with the 2014-2015 softball game.
Here's Janelle Porter with more details.
Alumni defeated the 2015 Regals softball team 4-3. Starting pitcher Gianna Behrman had a solid hit to tie the game in the top of the third, and Katie Carter from the 2014-2015 softball team scored a run in the top of the sixth to seal the deal.
I was here in 2003 when we won the conference championship, so that was probably my favorite thing. We had a lot of alumni show up, and everybody was able to play, and we had a great game.
It's really awesome, and we came out with the win today, so thank you so much for your time.
You're really good to see you. Thank you.
What a close game goes to show that our alumni team still has what it takes.
In other sport news, intramurals have begun to start up this semester.
Intramurals give students a chance to play sports no matter what experience they have.
Here's Virga Ritland with the full story.
Hey CLU, the intramurals have now fully started for this semester. Behind me, the intramural soccer teams are now playing. Let's go take a look. Intramurals are recreational sports organized within an educational institution. It gives every student an opportunity to participate in sports regardless of their skill level.
So for this semester, for example, we have a 5-on-5 basketball league, an outdoor soccer league, an indoor volleyball league, and then a dodgeball league coming up. And then we're going to mix in some tournaments that are capture the flag, spike ball, and we're going to have a flag football tournament as well. The website is called IM Leagues. You have to register with your Cal Lutheran email, and once you create an account, it allows you to view schedules and sports. To create a team, you just have one team captain that can click Create Team. So we have stats that are also posted on this website. In addition to that, we have what we call power rankings, which are kind of, ESPN style.
A lot of students at CLU participate in the many intramural tournaments that are hosted at the university. CLU students look at intramurals as a good way to connect and bond with other students.
What made you join intramurals?
I wanted to play volleyball, but being on the school team would be too much of a commitment, so I figured intramural would be a good option for me.
I just wanted to be part of a team, on the Cal Lu community and my friends, and we just wanted to have a good time together.
My team is basically just a bunch of my friends, so we all come here and hang out.
There's a lot of this on the field, a lot of heart.
The intramural leagues happen once a week for different sports, and then we also have tournaments that happen every few weekends throughout the year.
Even though intramurals are meant to connect students, there is a competitive aspect to it.
How serious do you take it, intramurals?
Very serious, actually.
I'm not gonna lie, I take it pretty serious. I'm a competitive guy,
It's pretty tough out there. It's physical.
Always want to win, but if we don't, it's okay. Don't go back and cry. It's fine.
So it looks like the intramurals are going great this semester. If you're still considering joining, you should sign up on the website today.
It's great to see the students here can embrace their competitive side.
Exactly. And speaking of competitive sportsmanship, our own hockey team, the Knights, are preparing for playoffs.
Here's Connor McKinney with the full story.
Connor McKinney here at the Semi-Isoplex, hoping to catch up with Cal Lutheran Knights and how they're preparing for their upcoming playoffs.
Founded by current alumni Antonio Foreman and Spencer Vertipka in 2009, the Cal Lutheran Knights have had a promising career gaining speed for their playoffs this weekend.
How are you preparing for the upcoming playoffs this weekend?
Honestly, for playoffs, I'm just, trying to stay relaxed, stay happy, stay positive. I'm feeling really good about the team, and it's going to be a good season.
The players are currently practicing once a week for their end-of-the-season playoffs and training for their next season, with Vertipka as team captain, leading a team comprised of Kingsmen of all class years.
So how have you been preparing for the playoffs this weekend during the season?
So we practice once a week on Wednesday nights. Guys are kind of doing some of their own preparation outside of that. With it being a club sport, it's kind of difficult to get everyone here at the same time and be able to get ice time. So we've been having full official practices once a week, but guys have been getting individually ready, and I think we have a good shot this weekend. For me, I've really just been trying to focus on getting in good habits, trying to get as much rest as I can, eating well, getting the legs moving every day.
For their next game, they're taking on Chapman University and then moving on to the California Collegiate Hockey Playoffs in Goleta.
Well, there you have it. Let's make sure to support our Cal Lutheran Knights. I'm Connor. Back to you at the studio.
It's great to see how serious the team is about the playoffs. I look forward to seeing how well they do this season.
It's also that time of the year for award season, and everyone is buzzing about the Oscars.
Adam hit the streets of Calu to see what the students thought about the hashtag #OscarsSoWhite. Let's see what they had to say.
Hey guys, it's Adam, and I'm out here on the Spine checking out what people have to say about the #OscarsSoWhite hashtag. #OscarsSoWhite is a hashtag started due to the controversial snubbing of all people of color at the Oscars ceremony. This is the second year in a row where most of the nominations have been white.
A lot of people are giving a lot of backlash to the voting committee because even though they do have a lot of say in who gets nominated, the directors of every single film, the casting directors, everything like that, really hold a lot of the power. So we also need to place the blame on other people as well and hope that in the future that certain movies about cultures won't be whitewashed, and that they'll go out and find maybe that unknown actor that has firsthand experience with the culture that they're trying to document in a film. So I hope that that's something that we'll turn to in the very, very near future.
I think that it's interesting. It's kind of odd that they have this whole thing going on, you know, like of course someone somewhere got upset about it, but I don't really know. I don't know too much about it, but yeah, it's interesting.
Let me start by saying I don't care about the Oscars that much, but I think there were tweets, right? Like from Jada Pinkett Smith, were very dramatic, and I'm kind of into that. So
I think it really shows how important social media is nowadays. Obviously, it's a topic that's like really controversial. So the fact that it's going around on the internet and everyone's talking about it, it's just shows the power of social media. So
it's brought up a lot of buzz in the news, and a lot of people are talking about it. It's really popular on social media. Obviously, it's a hashtag, so like Twitter and Instagram. And I think a lot of celebrities are kind of bringing it into the spotlight as well and bringing awareness to it.
I mean, I think it's kind of ridiculous just because it's the second year in a row that this has happened. And I mean, if movies are meant to represent real life and society, then it's not doing that with this whole #OscarsSoWhite problem. So cool.
At a school that prides itself on diversity, it's interesting to see how the students here reacted to this controversial hashtag. Now back to you in the studio.
Those were very interesting answers.
Indeed. It's interesting to see what the student body has to say about the issue. We also had another reporter hit the streets of the campus, this time to see what they think about the issues of El Nino.
Here's Daniela Carvera with the coverage.
Hi, I'm Janela Caravetta here at Jack's Corner, right outside of Starbucks at CLU, with today's Street Beat topic, El Nino and the drought.
I know that ocean water has been a lot warmer.
Well, I definitely think my expectations were low because it's California, and California doesn't know what winter means.
I know there's one week where there was a lot of rain.
I mean, we have been getting enough water.
I've only lived in Southern California for 4 years, and I'm from Central California, and up there it's just wetter. So this has been the most rain I've ever seen since I've been in Southern California.
All right, so my expectations of El Nino have not been met. I thought we would get a lot more rain than we actually did. In fact, I just checked on the Watershed Protection District, and we've actually received less rain this year than we did last year.
Definitely, it did not meet my expectations. Everything that I read about El Nino years is that February is the wettest month, and I feel like we've had hardly any rain this month specifically. How did it affect the drought? Here in Southern California, I would say it really didn't affect it at all. We're still in just as bad of shape. It's good to hear that the snowpack in Northern California is at above levels, but we're still years from meeting any sort of dent in the drought
I think it has helped the drought, the little rain that we've gotten, and I have read reports that we are expecting to get more in the coming months, later than it was predicted. So I think it has the potential to help our drought, but I don't think it has lived up to its full expectations yet.
Well, from what people were talking about, I expected a lot of rain, like flooding in the dorms, that's what people were saying was what happened the last El Nino we had. So I was expecting a lot more rain, a lot more cold. We got a good amount, but I don't think it was necessarily enough.
Because El Ninos in the past, we got tons of rain, and I felt like this probably has helped the drought situation, but with how many people are in Southern California, how much water we're consuming, it's probably didn't do quite enough to kind of make a dent in the whole situation.
This is Janela Caravetta with CLU News. Back to you in the studio.
Those were some great points. Where exactly is the El Nino we were promised this winter?
Ever need help for an important essay? The Writing Center is the place you need to go for help editing and advice.
Even if you don't need the advice, they still have contests where you can submit and win prizes. Here's Lauren Parker with more details.
Hi, my name is Lauren Hesterman, and I'm with the CLU Broadcast News team. Right now I'm at the Writing Center in the back of the Pearson Library at CLU. The Writing Center is a free resource to students, alumni, and staff alike, which is often not taken advantage of. It's a productive, collaborative space on campus where people can book appointments with consultants in person or online to work one-on-one on whatever they need help with, such as a resume or term paper. The Writing Center works to build confidence in writers throughout the entire process and also provides a professional eye for things such as grammar and structure. Myra Aguilar is a graduate student and consultant at the Writing Center and works with students on a daily basis.
So we want students to come to the Writing Center in order to just make them feel more confident in their writing abilities. And also, a lot of students, when they come to the Writing Center, they identify their strengths and weaknesses, which can help them in the long run. And lastly, I think students should come to the Writing Center in order to just have a reader and get a reader's response to make sure that their content is clear in order for their professors to understand what they're trying to get across or whoever their audience is going to be.
Work can even be submitted remotely through the internet to be reviewed and sent back. One student who has taken advantage of this service is Sarah Dowaji, who submitted work through an online session during her time abroad.
So while being abroad in DC, I took 2 classes, and they were overnight classes, and they had a lot of papers due. So the nice thing about being abroad was that after writing a paper late at night, I could show it to the Writing Center to check for little errors like grammar errors, spelling checks, things like that. And that really helped me get good grades in my paper and become a better writer. What I like about the Writing Center is the fact that there's always appointments available. The people that work there are always so kind and helpful and actually want you to get a good grade on your paper. They care about you. They don't just want to just get the hour over and done with. They actually want you to get a good grade too.
To book an appointment with the Writing Center, or for more information, visit the Pearson Library website or search for the Writing Center. This has been Lauren Hesterman. Thank you very much, and back to you in the studio.
So, Lisa, I heard that you worked on a passion piece this week.
Yes, I did. It's about Cal Lutheran's TRIO program. It provides opportunities for both high school students from low-income families and first-generation students.
Sounds like a great program. Let's take a look at Lisa's coverage.
I'm Lisa Hemmingson, reporting for the CLU News. I'm standing here today at the Oxnard Center, where the TRIO Upper Bound program is having their tutoring for their students. The program TRIO's Upward Bound helps students from low-income families and high school students from families in which neither parent holds a bachelor's degree to be prepared for college.
The TRIO Upward Bound programs are federally funded pre-college programs. So we assist first-generation, college-bound students and/or low-income students to get academically prepared and informed to apply and be successful at post-secondary institutions.
So I'm sitting here together with Tanya, Hector, and Valentino, and they are all a part of the TRIO Upper Bound program. Tanya, what are some favorite courses you're taking with this program?
My favorite one was bioengineering. I took it this summer, and it was a lot of building and stuff. I really liked it.
The program offers weekend and summer classes here at Lutheran, and it also offers tutor help in between the classes. I'm standing here with Blanca, who is a member of the TRIO Upper Bound program. Blanca, for how long have you been a member of this program?
I just started last year, so this is my first year doing this program.
Okay, so how do you like it so far?
It's amazing. There's a lot of new people that I've been meeting from different schools, and then everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses that bring into the program, and it's just an interesting blend of everybody.
So I'm standing here together with Marco, who is a member of the TRIO Upper Bound program. Marco, for how long have you been a part of this?
This is going to be my third academic year. This will be my second summer at Cal Lutheran.
What are some strengths that you feel like you have got out from being a part of this?
Well, it's gone back and solidified my math skills. It's also gone back and solidified my English skills as well. It's also helped me out with socializing, which I was really inclusive beforehand, but now I'm able to go and shake people's hands and smile in their faces and be more outgoing than before.
I think social skills, a lot of social skills and getting to know new people, just basic skills that you would use.
I got better at asking questions in class because I used to never do that. And they got me to open up a little bit more because I used to be really shy, but I feel more confident now.
The goal of Upward Bound is to increase the rate at which participants complete secondary education and enroll in and graduate from institutions of post-secondary education. Do you have any specific future goals or dreams that you would like to share?
I want to be a doctor.
My future goal is to become a computer engineer.
My future job, which I hope I can accomplish, would be a biomechanical engineer and surgeon, so I could help people that have lost limbs or that need implants with robotics. That would be my specialty.
I want to do civil engineering or architecture engineering.
We have many success stories. I mean, I can think of right now, and I hope it's okay for me to mention names, but we have an alumna, Michelle Munoz, who is currently an MD. She's a doctor. We have Jonas Castañeda, who is currently attending, he's working actually at USC Keck Medical School as a resident. We have judges. We have a VP of a major television company, Univision. One of the head VPs is actually an alumnus of this program. My brother, who went through this program, now owns his own marketing firm. You know, so it's we all share successes. I mean, I chose to stay in the program, but I felt that it was my duty to kind of make sure that the full cycle. I kind of wanted to go full circle and make sure that I lend a helping hand to the students that needed to go through the program like it was given to me at one point.
I am Lisa Hemmingson, reporting for the CLU News here at the Oxnard location. Back to you in the studio.
That's all for today's news.
Thank you for tuning in, and please join us for our next broadcast.
Signing out, I'm Amber.
And I'm Lisa.
See you next time on CLU News.